Hey guys, how you doing? Ray here again. If you'd like to subscribe, it's Nitro Kyosho. Remember to follow me on Facebook. Nitro Kyosho, all one word, brings you there. Well, it's New England, guys, and it's getting cold here. And that means a little bit less flying of the copters. So that means it's time to bring out the Dromida. Start messing with this in the backyard. And along with the simulator, try to stay fresh. You know, we've been having some mild winters here, so we've been able to get the helicopters out throughout, the last few winters here and there to stay fresh. But this is a great tool, get you off the ground, 4-channel. You can do some flips, have some fun, fly at night with it, and so on. And unlike the micro heelys, you don't have to worry about busting tail booms and blades and breaking this and breaking that and things, torque tubes and all that. This is a 4-channel, like I said. It flies around great, and it keeps me fresh, me personally, along with the sim. So I just want to make a quick video here, guys, and not ramble on. The old Dromida, a lot of guys complain about the motors going bad on these. Well, one of the keys with these is if you're going to crash, try to kill the throttle. That'll save the motor. The motors can get burned out if they stop and get jammed up, and they can burn out easy. They're not the highest quality of motors out there, and you can lose one every once in a while. Now the new one, a couple of tips with this is, before you change the motor, try to recalibrate it. I've seen a lot of people complaining about these things, saying they bought it, they went out, had a flight, it crashed once, and the motor was dead. Well, this one you couldn't recalibrate, but this has a lot of new little bells and whistles and little hidden features to it. And if you have a hard landing, or if you have a crash with this and you go to fire it up and it wants to just flip over or flip sideways or whatever, and you see that one blade, obviously, you see that one's not spinning. Well, before you change the motor, try to recalibrate it. I'm going to show you how to do that. The manual tells you here how to do it. But it can save you a little bit of time and spending extra money that you don't need to. Another thing with these, unlike the older model, is where the motor casing here clips in. Sometimes that'll pop out, which will make this sound kind of rough because it's kind of pushing it on an angle. So the first thing is make sure that that is clipped in there, okay? Because that can cause you some problems and think a motor's going bad when it isn't. But if you, like I said, if you have a crash and you try to fire this thing up, guys, and one motor is completely dead, it doesn't mean the motor is dead. Try to recalibrate it first. If you recalibrate it and then it still doesn't work, then you go buy yourself a new $10 motor. Okay. But anyways, I'm going to move this camera and move it up here so you can see this thing actually blinking. Okay. And that should be pretty good. So you have an idea of how it looks. I'll show you how to do it here. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, obviously, is turn on your remote and then plug in your quadcopter. You always want to put it on a flat surface. Okay, you see it's initialized. Now what you want to do is push the right stick down. Get that to turn from blue to orange. Hold this stick down in the corner. Hold the other stick. You'll see it flashing, and then just release them. And you just calibrated it. Then just push your back to flight mode, back to blue. And it's always a good idea to disconnect it. Okay. And then rebind it, fire it up, not bind it, but just return it on. And it'll work, and it'll be great for you guys, and it'll be fine. If it isn't, then you got a bad motor. But this one is different than the original Dromida Omnis. It can fool you into thinking a motor is bad, and you can take it out and throw it in the garbage and put a new one in there and it still doesn't work, and then you're screaming about the manufacturer. So just a quick little tip, guys. I hope this helps some guys out there, and we'll talk to you soon. Enjoy flying these things.